All right, game two. There's never going to be a way to transition into this that I'll be satisfied with, so I'm just going to try to get right to it. Game one, thought I'd go over a couple of things first. This is how I do the score sheets. I got a comment, a question about doing stats after the game, so I end up playing it back. I was a little less detailed this time, I guess, for lack of a better word. Sometimes what I will do is put the penalties, like at what time that they occurred. And for this one here, what I did, normally I actually wouldn't include this. I added to it just to give an indication. Derek Sanderson's going to be playing in this game. He's good to go. His injury didn't compromise him that much. Actually, truth be told, it was a high number, but then when I rolled the 1d10, I was either 1d10 or 1d10 minus 1 on his injury. On the injury chart that you can download in PT Games, freebies, a 0 came up. It's a 0 to 9 instead of a 1 to 10 die. So I did this for one other player on one other team before. I can't remember if it was with Gordie Howe or somebody like that. So if I'm doing it incorrectly, at least I'm consistent with that. So Derek Sanderson's going to be good to go. I don't want to injure too many players, so I figured, okay, that's his luck. Val Fontaine also, he ended up rolling low, like a 16 in the 2d10 injury chart, so he's going to be good to go even despite his -2. He's going to be just normal for this game. Ed Van Imp, however, will be gone for a couple of games. And normally I don't like to show this because injuries in real life are a little more vague than that. You know, they'll say he's day to day. He could miss a few weeks or something like that. Well, Van Imp here, he's a couple of games now that he's going to miss. Esposito, the rumors on Esposito, though he's not going to be playing in this game, he's due back next game, let's just say. Again, because that's what the chart rolled out for him. I don't need the Boston Garden timer. It's about as close as I get to color coordinating for the timers. I have the purple here, I guess. Sure, purple Maple Leaf Gardens. Why not? And so Boston's going to start with Cullen McKenzie and Busick, Bobby Orr and Bob Bond. Barclay Plager, who got in a fight in game one with Ken Hodge. He's going to, it was either Hodge or Orr, and ended up the D6 rolled out to Hodge. This is how I do it. And Tim Horton as well with Barclay Plager. And then you've got Ron Ellis, Dave Keon, and Paul Henderson. Actually, no, that's right. No, I made that correction. That's right. So this is the one change that I made, like the one big change anyway that I made from the last game, is that Ron Ellis is going to play on line 1 and Bob Nevin's going to play on line 2. I have to try to get these top six going for the Toronto Maple Leafs against Doug Favell, who's been outstanding. He stopped 28 of 30 shots in game 1, 30 of 33 for Bernie Perrant. They've been very close. Anyway, we're a couple minutes in. Let's get this underway. We're going to get a 4-9 for the opening draw, so we'll go to left defense from visitor Bobby Orr here to get us started. So with 2-9 here, Bobby Orr is, oh my goodness. For what I said pregame about not wanting injuries. Holy. So right away they're picking up where they left. Yeah, Bobby Orr's hurt. Fantastic. 24 seconds in, Bobby Orr is playing at a -2, and he's stubborn, and so am I, so he's going to stay out there. But he's now -2 because the 2 intimidation points and the 4 that rolled up on the white dice. Anyway, we're going to get a 3-5 here in the follow-up draw. That's going to home this time, left defenseman Barclay Plager, who may have injured Orr. So it's going to be a 6-3 for Barclay Plager, and the D3 means that'll be turned over. He's unable to split and fire. It's going to go to the aforementioned Orr. We're at a minute 12 this time. Orr here. 4-11 is his roll this time. Don't be another injury. It's going to be 13 instead, even with the -2. That's going to be a shot on goal for Bobby Orr. 4-7 on the shot. Our first shot here of the game, handled easily by Perrant. Perrant to the tune of a 6-5. The puck, however, the Maple Leafs defense unable to clear, so here at a minute 36, Orr will maintain. This time it's a 6-11. Orr's rolling all the 11s. Where he's not at home this time, that's not as strong. That's going to Ron Ellis here to the 2-minute mark. Toronto finally with possession here, so 2 minutes Ellis here with a 5-10. And H8, that's double checking here. That's going to be a shot on goal for Ellis, Toronto's first of the contest. 5-12, Ellis who scored twice in game 1. But that one also will be handled easily by Favell, and he goes to maneuver it to the defense and elects to cover it instead. So 2 minutes in, we'll get our first line change. And away we go with it here. Again, I want to go fast. Maybe I should even pause when I change lines. But anyway, it's too late for that now. So face off in Boston's end, we get a 5-4 in the draw. That is left defenseman Elmer Vosco in place of the injured Ed Van Imp. So here, 224 Vosco. Now the roll is a 5-9, which will mean play stoppage, actually. So we get another face off here. This one in the neutral zone. So Boston has managed to gain some ice. Here we have a 5-10 that goes to right defenseman. Checking for cancels. No, it's not going to apply this time. So Bill White here with it to 248 White with the 3-7. And that is going to be a shot with a possible rebound. First one of those in this game. 3-9 in the initial shot, looking to the red 5. The puck will go back to Ab McDonald, but it's a battle between him and the Bruins defense, and McDonald will emerge from that, and he follows up here, and he shoots with a 1-9. A 1-9, it goes through Favel's wickets. He reaches around. He's swimming in his crease trying to rescue the puck, and rescue he does. He's on it. He's flattened out, but he's on the puck just before it can go over the line. And so we still have a scoreless game here. Doug Favell has made yet another outstanding save. It's going to be a 4-8 here, and that will go to right wing Bob Nevin. So Nevin here to 3-12. The Maple Leafs again. They had a close cry in the opening game as well. Courtesy of one Nevin, who's going to roll right now. But with the 6, will that actually... Yes, he'll be able to fire. Will Nevin here on Boston's second defense unit. So 5-6, not an in-range shot. Anyway, we look to Doug Favell. It's going to be a 5-9 for him. And 5-9 for him. He'll be able to... He and the defense will handle the rebound nicely. To Art Stratton, who will remain in the lineup. I will show a significant change here with line 3 for Boston. But at 3:36 for Stratton, he's got goals in back-to-back games. Even though we have a key player for Boston here who's returned. Not Esposito, someone else. You'll see in a moment. Stratton has ultimately coughed that up, though, he or his line mates. So here at 4 minutes, it's Toronto here with it. Noel Picard with the 1-4. And the PF2, they can actually intercept that for a shot on goal. So it goes to right wing Bob Nevin, and the Leafs will change. The Bruins will change again. And speaking of Bruins that will change... Welcome back to the Eternal 6, Ted Hampson playing on line 3. Val Fontaine steps back to the 10th, 11th forward position. And Ted Hampson, he had a 5-point game during the short regular season. And Nevin with it here, he's going to maybe just cycle and head off the ice. With a 1-7, if they have a pass bonus of 3, I have to look at this line that's coming on. They actually, yes, they will. They have a pass bonus of 3, so Nevin will actually shoot before he heads off. 6-9, so he's all out of gas at the end of his shift. A 6-6 for Doug Favell. Favell will hold on to it anyway. So, thirds out now here. The face-off, we have a 1-8 that is left defenseman visitors. So, Bobby Orr trying to play through the pain here. 4:48, Bobby Orr with a 6-2. And the D7, no, that doesn't get through. That will go to, ultimately, Ken Schinkel here for the Maple Leafs up to 5-12 here with a 3-6 for Schinkel. And that will be a shot automatically for Schinkel. Schinkel with a shot, and it's a 6-6. It's no good. It goes to Doug Favell here, 4-10 for Favell. And that will actually bounce back. The Bruins unable to clear. George Armstrong gets in the way of that here, 5:36 with the 3-2. And the H8 double checking here, 11. No, that actually will not penetrate the Bruins D. So ultimately coming away with it now in this instance is Orr. And here at the 6-minute mark with the 3-5. I really want to just make up a house rule on the spot. You can't injure the guy twice in the game. Holy. Anyway. Oh, good Lord. You've got to be kidding me. Bobby Orr, a marked man in this one. Anyway, Orr's gone to the dressing room. Don Orrey's going to come on in his stead. There was a knee-on-knee there with Orr and Horton, evidently, and Orr. So for -2 plus the period, he's all bloodied up now, and he can barely walk. And we're going to get a face-off here at the 6-minute mark, which actually means that we will change lines. Let's go to the Sanderson-Stratton-Hodge line this time for Boston. We'll try some different matchups here. Toronto still wants this line out there, I would imagine. So Keon here out to take the face-off. And the 5-6, that will be one to left defenseman. So Plager with it. And actually, no, I have to change the defense. I'm going to say Picard with it instead. And here to 6:24 Picard. The roll is a 5-7. So for Picard here with that 5. Oh my God. Anyway, so now is Noel Picard okay? No, Noel Picard has been hurt as well. So who says there's no personality in dice and cards? Just 24 seconds later, the Bruins have retaliated. Picard's now gone for the period as well. After which time, I guess he can come back without a minus, or I presume would come back with a -2. Al McNeil has come on, and maybe if Picard is out long term, not that I want him to be, but it could mean that Toronto veteran Alan Stanley will figure into the postseason. After all, he's yet to dress for any of the games. We're going to get a 5-10 here in the faceoff at 6:24. The puck will go to right defenseman home. Dave Keon has won the draw over Derek Sanderson. So here at 6:48, don't get injured. It's going to be a 1-9. Bill White with the 5, 3-4. Yes, it's going to be a shot on goal for him. White here, the shot on goal to 210. That is a decent shot, but not quite in range. Favell handles it and holds on to it. So Another face-off here. This one in Boston's end. 5-8 is the roll in the draw. That is going to center Derek Sanderson. Sanderson winning a draw when he needs to here. 5-11, 5-11. That's going to it. I'm looking at the wrong place. Looking in the wrong place. Sanderson here, double checking here because the 10 and then the -8, but then the shadow. No, that won't actually be able to. Sanderson's unable to get to the net is what I'm trying to say here. So at 7:36 here, the 2-11 Keon P5 double checking. That's going to be a pass. Keon, he will send it across to Ron Ellis here. 8-minute mark now. Ron Ellis here with a 4-4. And the 4-4 in the 8. Double checking for Ellis' sake. That's a shot for Ellis. Ellis, who again scored twice, but a 4-3. This one's ultimately blocked. Left defenseman Elmer Vosco might be a hurting unit after that. He's going to hold on to it and try to... well, he's going to put on his best poker face, and we're going to get a change with everybody else here. Yes, that's right. Plager and Keon would come back to the ice. There's Plager and Keon, Plager and Horton. Anyway, Vosco here at 8:24. Vosco's roll is a 2-4, probably a play stoppage for him. It is. So 8 minutes and 24 seconds in the opening period, still scoreless, and 5-7 is the roll in the draw. That is right defenseman visitor. So does Bob Bond here to 8:48 Bond. The roll is a 6-10, and 6-10 for Bob Bond is going to be, I don't think that's going to be able to get to the net. That will go to right defenseman Tim Horton. So Horton trying to create something here at 9:12. The roll is a 5-10. Again, a 5-10. I swear I shook. PF1, that's going to be intercepted, so there will be someone getting to the net, but it's coming the other way. John Busick now with a full head of steam. And Busick here with a 1-7, and that was an interception and a shot on goal and not a roll in his card. So it's an in-range shot, and Bernie Perron, we look, Perron, 2-7 is his roll. Perron has made a huge kick save, and that's going to be a rebound. The puck will be directed back Busick's way. The Maple Leafs defense here, 3-5 in the clearing effort. And, yeah, it's just going to be a straight 3-5 clearing and a 7. They will manage, so that will go to right wing Bob Nevin. Leafs got away with one there, so here at 9:36 after that huge save by Bernie Perron. Nevin back the other way now. Shot on goal if home, 3-12, not a great shot for his sake to Doug Favell. We go here, 6-7 is his roll. Doug Favell has given up a rebound, though. That's going to go back to center Norm Ullman. The Bruins now trying to clear in an 8 with a 5-7, and they can't. So it's going to be Norm Ullman following up here at 9:36, but Ullman fans in the shot with a 5-9. We get a 3-2 here for Favell. Good rebound control, John Busick. Some excellent end-to-end action, back and forth play here to the 10-minute mark, and that is, let's see here, 2-4 on Busick's card. Wait, what did I... Bounce back to Busick. No, yeah, that's right. So 2-4 on Busick's card here in the P1. I don't think he's going to be able to get that through. He'll be knocked off the puck. Barclay Plager comes away with it. Plager will roll and change. Let's go back to... third lines here for both of the teams. Plager here to 10:24, and that's the 3-4 for him. 3-4 in the 4. No, that won't get through. That's 2 right wing Ed Westfall here to 10:48 now. Westfall here 1-6 for the roll for him, and that is going to be an icing actually face off in the Bruins zone. Let's put it over here. Okay, so 1-7 on that draw. That is right wing home. So Ken Schinkel +2 to his ends to the 11-12. And Schinkel here, 2-11 is his roll. 2-11, that's definitely going to be shot on goal anyway. For Schinkel here, 3-7 is the roll. That's a routine save for Doug Favell, 5-8. And Favell will get it to center Bob Dillabow. Doug Dillabow. So it's going to be here, I said 11-12. So 11:36 here for Dillabow. 4-6 for him. That's icing again. So the Bruins now... they are hemmed in their own end. It's going to be a 5-7, and that goes to right defenseman Bob Bond. So trying to exit the Bruins end here with it at 2-9. Bob Bond here with a 2-9. That's going to be a play stoppage in the neutral zone. So I think I said earlier they've gained a bit of ice, if nothing else. Let's go to the Cullen line. Oh no, they were just out there first. That was a quick shift. Yeah, I don't know what do you do. Yeah, let's try to keep Toronto guessing. Maybe Toronto does this as well. They slot on Ullman, Nevin, and McDonald. And we do this just to change it up a bit here. We get a 2-10 in the face-off. That's going to center A. Looking, yeah, that'll go to Ullman himself. So here, 12-24, Ullman, the roll. Whoops, that was a tower. They were stacked. So the roll here for Ullman, 1-8, and that's a shot on goal of home, which he is. So Ullman here with a shot on goal. That's going to be a 4-9. To Doug Favell, we look here with a 3-5, and that's left defenseman for the Bruins, so it goes to Elmer Vosco. 12:48 now, Vosco 3-7. That is PF3. They don't have 3-4 checkers. The pass up to, or across rather, to Ted Green here at 13-12, and 1-9 here for Green. That's going to be another play stoppage, face off. 311 on that face-off, so it goes to center Norm Allman. 213.36 here. Allman, the roll is a 5-8, and that is P3. Let me see if they have 3 that can intimidate. Yes, they do, actually. That won't get through. John McKenzie, the recipient. The benefactor of that in the end here with 14-minute mark. McKenzie here with a 312, and H8, so that will be turned over to 5. Right wing here, Nevin. Once again, let's get the other top 6 unit out there for Boston Bruins. We're going to do the same here for Toronto momentarily. Nevin will roll here at 14.24, and 1-8 is his roll. 1-8 is his roll. 14 is the roll. That's a shot for Nevin. Nevin 5-11 is a block. Yes, or no, it isn't actually. It's screened, but still not in range. So to Favell, we look here with a 6-6, and Favell will hold on. So Nevin will be able to head off. And let's get Keon out there up against Anderson. Okay, so I gotta look the face off first to see who won it. So 312. That's going to be one. Barclay Plager here. I'm just so eager to move it to 14:48 for whatever reason. 6-8, is that a penalty? Yes, it is. 6-8 is going to be the game's first penalty. Barclay Plager. Probably about time if you're a Bruins fan. And, whoops, 14:48. That won't be this. Actually, wait, I got to roll and see if it's delayed. Getting ahead of myself. As I do. So it's not delayed here. 6-9. That is going to be even 9. And let's see if Plager has misconduct. The answer is no. It's just going to be blown dead. And so for the Bruins, I think you leave on who you have on, because Stratton had the power play goal in the last game. It sucks for their sake that they don't really have a quarterback. They can tape up Bobby Orr. Let's put Ted Green out there, and Gary Dornhoefer will take if it goes to Vosco, I'm going to roll in Dornhoefer's card. And Plager's in the box, and Picard is off for the period. So let's just, this will necessitate a change. I'm not going to worry too much about ice time fatigue. Certainly not in the first period. So we're going to get a 5-4 here in the draw. That's going to left defenseman. Double A. Keon will cancel. Wait, Keon. Sorry, Sanderson will cancel the cancel. So that's going to go to right defenseman here in the power play. And actually, who do I exclude? Let's exclude, leave Keon out there to start the kill, though. So Ted Green here to 15-12. Now Green here with a 6-7 for him. Don't take a penalty. PF3, that will be a pass up to or across to Gary Dornhoefer. No time will elapse in this roll. It's 2-5 for Dornhoefer in the 6. That would add up to a 7. We're looking here. We got a 12 to work with, but then we also have 2 stars. And so 7, but that's going to be an 8. So no, that's going to be turned over to 1. 1 that goes to Bill White. So White here on the kill at 15:36 with a 4-7 and 4-7 for him. PF3. Oh, but that will be intercepted anyway. So Derek Sanderson now here with it up to the 16-minute mark. Sanderson here with a 5. 9 for him for his sake here in the power play. Oh, and he's not at home, so he's punted it. That will go to left defenseman. The pass got away from him here. 6-6 is 16:24. And for Al McNeil, a 6-6 will mean actually turned over again 2-1. So right defenseman, they're trying to keep it with Ted Green. Let's see. It's going to be a 2-5 here for Ted Green. 2-5, and that will... he'll be able to complete that pass. That gets to power play left wing here, Art Stratton. One more roll here in the power play. 3-7 for Stratton. And they're running out of time. And actually, yeah, that's not going to be... They don't have the pass bonus to 6. So the puck will go to, let's see here, right wing, the acting right wing, Dave Keon. But we're back to 5. They got to get off the ice, though. We're back to 5-on-5. We'll assume in the interim that Horton comes on and Plager's allowed to with him somehow. And Dave Keon here with a 6-4. Again, it's cards and dice. 6-4 and a 9, so Keon's going to shoot. Keon, who, but for the die being out of the tray, had a narrow miss in game 1. It's a 5-5 here on Favell. And 5-5. Favell's given up a rebound to 4. I'm going to assume, actually, that in the interim, some Maple Leafs headed off. Let's get Bob Nevin. So it bounces back to 4, right wing Bob Nevin. The Bruins going to try to roll to clear in an 8, which they do. That goes, even with the 7, that was still clear. So that's to 6. 6 is center. Derek Sanderson. Sanderson got a head off, though. Here, 17-12. Sanderson, one more roll for him here. So it's a 6-9 on that roll. 6-9, he's not at home either. So it's punted. It goes to Tim Horton. And I think the Bruins maybe want to put this on. You got to get Ted Hampson out there. Ted Hampson here, but 17:36. It's Horton and not Hampson with possession here, 3:10. And that is D5. That's not going to penetrate the Bruins D. That will go to left defenseman Don Orey here to the 18-minute mark. Orey, and that is a 5-8 for his sake, and that's going to be an icing, actually. So I'm going to leave them out there for the remainder of the period. Let's actually end this period maybe on a neutral note with third lines. And even though Boston iced it, whatever, I'm just going to change lines here. So do something a little different. Try to do it a little differently each time. So it's going to be here. It's a 2-9 here in the face-off. That will go to left wing. Ted Hampson. Hampson, even in Maple Leaf Gardens, some scattered, few and far between Bruins fans here that have made the trip to Toronto. They are cheering Hampson's return. And 3-9 here for Ted Hampson in P5. Hampson will simply elect the pass. He's going to send it across to Bob Dillabaugh here to 1848. Dillabaugh here, the 1-3, and that's turned over 4 here. Left defenseman Al McNeil. Here to 1912 here with a 2-5, Al McNeil. And P3, let's see, that will go to 4. Yeah, Schinkel, they'll be able to complete that. So Schinkel here to 1936 here with a 6-10. And Schinkel's 6-10 will mean a shot on goal if home, which he is. 6-7 on the shot. It's a terrible shot. Doug Favell here with a 1-4, saw it all the way. Favell will hold on, though he wants to take no chances. Don't want to give up that deflating late period goal. 4-12 here in the face-off. It goes to home center, George Armstrong. One last chance here at the 20-minute mark here for the 2-8 George Armstrong. 2-8 for him in the 9. The result is a shot on goal. One final shot in the frame. 4-2 not going to be in range. Favell might give up a rebound, though. 5, no, it gets to Ed Westfall, and that's the end of 20. So after 1, I think as a precautionary, I'm just going to keep Bobby Orr off, and then maybe if Don Orey does something bad or if Al McNeil doesn't roll well, then I'll look to try to work Picard in, possibly also Orr back into this. Anyway, to start period 2, we have a 4-4 here in the draw. That is left wing, but there is an A there, so double checking here. Keon will cancel. That goes to Paul Henderson. So 24 seconds in. Henderson, if anybody has to get going, Henderson is it. And Henderson here shot with a possible rebound. So I've called for it, and he's answered. 3-2 in the initial. That will bounce back to line mate Ron Ellis, and the Bruins trying to clear here with the 8. They're so good on the clear, and this is no exception. That goes to Elmer Vosco. So to 48 seconds there, that near tower, that wasn't. It's a 1-10 here for Vosco. It's a play stoppage. Anyway, we get a 5-7 here, and that is going to be right defenseman. So visitor here, Ted Green with it. Green here up to a minute 12, and just to show the red die as well, the rolls of 4, it's a 6-7 here, and Ted Green's card, 6-7 PF3. Looking, it's going to be intercepted back the other way. They have a shot on goal. The puck goes to Dave Keon. Keon winds up, and it's a 2-11 for him. That's actually not blocked, but it's not in range either for Keon. So to Favell, here we go. Oh, did I do the rebound? Yeah, Boston had the clear there earlier. Okay, so 5-8 here for Doug Favell. That will go to center Ray Cullen for the Bruins. And 2 minute 36 now. Hopefully I didn't lag 24 seconds there. 2 minute 36 there. It's unintentional, so it's going to be a 2-6. And Ray Cullen's taking Boston's first penalty of the game. Let's roll immediately to see if it's delayed. No, it isn't. It's an odd 6, and that means Cullen and only Cullen. No, 1-2-1 in the misconduct, so the whistle's blown. And let's use a different color here to denote period 2 penalties. Also, actually, when I fill in the score sheet, that's the reason why I use different colored dots. I go, in the case of Boston and Toronto, I go red for period 1, things that happen in period 1, black for period 2, and though I just use blue there, but I guess we're at Maple Leaf Gardens, and then blue for period 3. So I color code for the periods. Anyway, so minute 36 in now. Ray Cullen has taken a penalty. I think the Bruins probably will go to their third line, and Ted Hampson. Actually, no, Hampson's not a penalty kill specialist. So let's get Dillabaugh and Westfall out there. We also have Fontaine as well for the kill. So if it's a long kill and one of these two gets tired. Anyway, Toronto. What do you do if you're Toronto? It's almost 2 minutes in. Maybe you start the opening 24 with these guys, and Andy Bathgate will take to the ice as well. That's usually where he gets some of his ice time in this kind of simplified way of play. So right wing power play. That is Ron Ellis. Let's see here. It's going to be a 2-6 for him this time, and that is 14. That's a shot automatically before he heads off. Ellis here with the 1-11, and it's not blocked because we have only Green out there to block. So to Doug Favell, we look, does Ellis have Doug Favell's number? The answer might be yes. The Toronto Maple Leafs have taken a 1-0 lead here early in period 2 at Maple Leaf Gardens. Power play goal, Ron Ellis. Toronto scores! And Ron Ellis has taken the lead here for the Leafs. I don't know why I'm moving that. Okay. Let's see here. It's a 3:11 time, exact time of the goal, 3:11, 22 seconds. So a minute 58 into the second period. Ellis has given the Leafs their first lead of the series, and two assists on his goal, the 4:11. So we're looking here with the second highest. That will exclude Keon. Let me look at Bathgate, though. It's going to be Ellis from Bathgate, actually, and then the lowest would be Bill White, actually, out there in the power play. So Ellis from Bathgate and White, time of the goal, a minute 58. And now we will get a change, and we will be playing 5-on-5. So They jumped on it, that power play unit. They wasted absolutely no time. And let's get the Sanderson line out there for the Bruins. And have a face-off. And maybe I didn't want to start with these pairings, but let's we'll rectify that right now. So we get Plager and Horton on there for the Leafs. So we're 2 minutes in here. We get a 2-7 to the face-off. That is 2 left defensemen here home. So Toronto, I want a competitive series. Toronto's trying to bring the competition. So it's Barclay Plager here with a 6-7. And is that a penalty for him? No, but it's going to be a pass completed. That's one thing about this line. They can't forecheck. So he and Ab McDonald play catch here at 2:48. Barclay Plager 2-5. And 6, I don't think so, but I got to double check. That is actually going to be shot on goal for Plager. That's one thing about this defense. I might want to kick Stratton back and work Fontaine into some line too. The Fontaine can't forecheck. And that also is not, that can't fool Favel, that shot. So it's a 5-11, but the puck will go back to Barclay Plager. So Plager getting all up in the Bruins grill here with another 6-7. So we have a carousel effect here. Plager this time 5-8 on the shot. Little better, I think, if at all. It's a 3-8 for Doug Favel this time, and he's going to hold on to it and put an end to this nonsense. We're still just 3-12 in, I think, I hope. 1-5 here in the draw this time. Hopefully I haven't lagged it. We'll go to visitor center. So the Bruins should be able to exit their own end with it. A 1-9 the roll, and Sanderson's carried P4. I don't think Toronto can knock that down. So Sanderson gets it to Hodge here through the neutral zone. And here with a 1-10, Ken Hodge here with a 9. That's a shot on goal for the scoring title winner. Ken Hodge, 3-11, not blocked, not in range. To Bernie Prompt, we look, and his 6-6 tells us he's going to hold on to it anyway. And that permits me a change. Armstrong, Menard, and Schinkel take to the ice for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And maybe they'll be trying to defend this line here because Boston needs a goal. So let's get another shift in there for the Johns and Ray Cullen. And Bruins could use an Esposito right now, but they could also be down an Orr, so can't win. That's going to be at least in that department. So it's a 6-6 here. That goes to right wing visitors, so they've won the draw. And here with a 4-4, John McKenzie, 4-4 is a 9. That should be a shot on goal for McKenzie, 6-10, and he breaks his stick. And 2-8 here. That goes to Toronto center Armstrong. Boston, basically, it's 5-on-4.5 with McKenzie and that broken stick. We have a 3-3. And Armstrong will go in unfettered and fire. That's a 4-8. Or untethered. Anyway, it's a 4-7 here for Doug Favel. No one's on him. So Doug Favel is going to hold on to it here, 4:48 into the period. And, yeah, we'll just leave on who we have on. McKenzie gets another stick at the bench. And 4-8 here in the face-off. I swear I shook. I'll say that more than once probably. And Ken Schinkel here to 5-12 with a 1-6 here. Schinkel, that's a shot automatically because he seems to have a lot of them. Ken shot automatically. Schinkel, auto shot. Schinkel here not in range. Favel we go to Schinkel, from Schinkel to Favel, and back to Schinkel actually. Schinkel is the Plager of this shift. So it's going to be a... What is that? That's a 2-4 for Schinkel. What did I say? Shot automatically, more or less. Ken Schinkel here, 3-6. Lucky for the Bruins. He has a low shooting range. 5-4 there for Doug Favel. And this time, Howie Menard with it. This is a good shift for Toronto. Boston might be regretting trying to put this line out here against Toronto's more defensive unit of Menard, Armstrong, and Schinkel. I think we're going to 6 minutes. It's a 1-6 there for Howie Menard, who might be hurt. So Howie Menard here, I'll do this one on camera, 3 opponent intimidation points, and a 9. Howie Menard, who just got back from injury, is gone for the game. So taking a quick look at the bloodshed, Picard went for the period. I still haven't roll. I will, he is due back. I'm going to roll in his card here and there. And or try to remember to. Howie Menard is now gone for the game. And then over on the Boston side, you have Bobby Orr there with his -2 and his P as well. I might start rolling in his cards sporadically, and I'll try to factor in the -2 when I do that. But 6 minutes in here to period 2, so we get a 3-6. Did I turn on the camera again? Yes. So we get a 3-6 here, and for the 3-6, yeah, that's a face-off after an injury, so it's going to be here, center here. So it is going to be George Armstrong. No, wait, 6 minutes. Toronto would probably change. But the Flett, as I think I already said, the little line that I cooked up in my head was that he's taken to the ice and not taking kindly to what happened to Howie Menard, and then I might have forgotten to mention that. So wait, face off. What did I say there? Left wing 6, no, right wing 3-6. Was that's the draw? That's legit. Center. I'm gonna give the puck to Norm Ullman and just hope that I did it correctly here to 6:24 for Ullman here with a 2-6. And sorry if not. 2-6 will be a shot on goal automatically here for Ullman. Oh, sorry, I need to do this. Yeah, probably this line actually. It wouldn't matter for Ullman's sake that that roll is going to be a shot on goal automatically for him. So pretty sure that was a shot on goal automatically. So Ullman will roll here 6-5. It's an awful shot anyway. So Favell here 6-9 is going to right wing Bob Nevin. 6:48 Bob Nevin here 2-5, and that is turned over to Boston. That goes to 3, the right defenseman there, Bob Bond. And here to 7-12 Bob Bond. The roll is a 6-11 for him, 6-11-3, so that's not going to get through. That will go to Norm Ullman, turned over spectacularly. 6-12, a lot of sixes here. D7 for Norm Ullman. He will be able to shoot. Boston's missing Bobby Orr. 1-8 for Norm Ullman. Norm Ullman says, hello, I'm back. To Doug Favell, has he asked a question that Favell's got the answer for it? Right defenseman Bob Bond keeping Boston in this game is a stellar Doug Favell. It's a 5-6. Dougie. Again, the sporadic few Bruins fans that are in attendance here. So 5-6, that's going to be turned over. Bond having a bad shift here, so he's going to head off. And Boston maybe will go back to probably the Sanderson line, actually. I kind of double-shifted the Cullen line. Let's do it to the Sanderson line, where Toronto will counter with the Keon line. So Barclay Plager here to 8:24 before heading off. Plager here, the roll is a 3-5 for him. There's so many injuries. Barclay Plager is going to be okay, but he is going to be helped off the ice, let's say. Oh dear. Okay, this is a violent series, and that's what I like to call a dice tower of a different sort. 1-7 here in the draw. It goes to right wing Ron Ellis, and let's see here. 1-5. The officials have given both teams a talking to, and now Ron Ellis might be hurt. Holy smoke! Ellis is hurt. Okay, so again, 3 opponent intimidation points, and the white dice add up to a 6. Ellis here now with a -2. Boston has... Toronto really kind of got it started. They got these... You don't mess with Bobby Orr. You don't mess... I hear Don Cherry's voice in my head say, you don't mess with Bob... You don't... Yeah. You don't do that to Bobby Orr. And so as a result... let's put the blood on Ellis's card. Ellis here, he's at -2 now. Wow. They're not going to have enough players to ice by game's end. Holy crap. It's a 1-7 here. It's going to be right wing Ron Ellis. So Ron Ellis here trying to pretend here at 9-12. It's a 3-12 for Ellis, and 3-12 is the P3. He can't hand it off. He's been knocked over again. It's going to go to Ken Hodge. They are booing at Maple Leaf Gardens. They are 54 years into the future going, Riff, you suck. Riff, you suck. Sorry if you can tell by my tone. I get tired of that chant. Anyway, 6-4. It's just so overdone. 6-4 here for Ken Hodge is an 8, and that's going to be a shot on goal here for Ken Hodge. Riff, you suck. So 4-10 here in the shot for Ken Hodge. And to Bernie Perrant, we go here with a 1-9. Bernie Perrant's going to hold on to it because that would have been a goal had that been in range. I'm going to leave on who I have on for 24 more seconds, whether or not they should actually be out there. It's going to be a 5-7 here, right defenseman. That's going to be Ted Green here, +2 to his ends to the 10-minute mark. We go here 3-11. And that is a penalty of visitor, which Ted Green is. So, not delayed here. Even 5, that's going to be Green and only Green. Is there a misconduct? No, there isn't. Okay, so 2-minute power play, which I should mark here at Maple Leaf Gardens for Toronto. And they got the power play goal from Ron Ellis. Was it Ellis earlier? Who else has been scoring for Toronto other than... Of course it was Ron Ellis. He's had 5 of their last 7 goals, and now he has a -2 as a result. So it really makes sense, again, if you think there isn't strange magic in the cards and dice, does it ever make sense that that Ron Ellis would be a target, that he would have a target on his head from Boston, especially again after what Toronto did to the likes of Bobby Orr? So here we have a center, and it's not Keon, so no, but it's vacant. So I'm going to do what I call the paradise rule and just give the puck to Norm Ullman here. It's a house rule that I've done many times. It's going to be a 2-8 here for Norm Ullman, and Norm Ullman's taking a penalty. So apparently a little too aggressive and insistent on winning that draw, but let's see if he's the only one. Holy crap. Man, can you ever roll a story with this game. So it's going to be a 4-9 for 4-8 rather for Ullman, and he can only get a 2-minute minor. I do the 1-2-1 for the 0 and the misconduct, so it is going to be just Ullman. So let's play some 4-on-4, because to contradict what I've said in some other recent games, I actually think this is just a little simpler now. So Ullman here to 12-24. Boston will get a 24-second power play. We're going to play 4-on-4 in the meantime, and we're going to get a 6-6 here in the face-off. That will go to right-wing visitor this time. And so Westfall here with it to 10-48. And Westfall here 5-8 is his roll. Don't take a penalty. 5-8-10. That's going to be a shot for Westfall. Oops. Westfall's still looking for his first goal in the postseason here, 2-9, and that's just a little out of his range because they're not technically in the power play either, though that wouldn't have mattered. It's going to be a 3-10 here in Bernie Perront's card. That will go to Boston Center. That's vacant. He's going to hold on to it. So here to 11-12, get a 6-7 on the roll. And, sorry, a 6-7 on the face-off, rather. I'm getting ahead of myself again. So it's going to go to left defenseman there, Don Ori. And Ori's going to roll us to 11-12. So Ori here with a 4-4 to 11-12. And that is going to be a play stoppage because that's just what Don Ori does. 3-8. He just throws the puck away. He doesn't know what to do with it. And so 3-8 here in the follow-up face-off. He's young. He's wet behind the ears in 68. It goes to right defenseman power play. So Bond says, yeah, I got it. It's, oh, no, wait, sorry, that's home. Right defense here. So 11:36 here, a snarling Tim Horton with a 1-9 and a P3. No, that pass is not completed. That goes to left defenseman Don Ori. Ori here to the 12-minute mark now, and then Boston with 24 seconds of 5-on-4 time. 2:11 here for Don Ori. Each 5 turned over, though. They're not going to be able to do anything with it. Barclay Plager, although technically they are shorthanded for this 24. So Plager here with a 3-10, and watch it be another penalty. Did Plager take the... No, it was Allman. D5, that doesn't get through either. That's going to go to left defenseman. They all have to change, so I'm just going to change everybody. I know that I'm overdue for a change, if anything. Let's get the Flat Armstrong Schinkel unit out there, and let's go to Colin Busick and McKenzie here. Don Ori will roll and head to the bench here with a 2-8. I smell a penalty. No, 2-8, that's just going to be turned over spectacularly to George Armstrong. And so 13-12 now Armstrong. 1-8 is the roll for him, and that's shot on goal if home, which he is. That's a 5-7 on the shot. So to Doug Favell, we look here. 6-7, Favell's giving up the rebound. The rebound goes to Cowboy Bill Flett. And 3-2, they're able to clear it, though, so that will go to right wing here. John McKenzie, 1-0 Toronto here. Late in period 2, 1-8 for John McKenzie. That's a penalty. I was just about to say something about that. So McKenzie, let's see here. That's odd 7, or sorry, even 7. Odd 7 would have been a coincidental. And almost, but not quite a misconduct. So it's going to be John McKenzie now off for a pair. 13:36 will be the timer. So we're going to say to 15:36. So Toronto can really build a lead here and try to put Boston away in this situation if Perront can stay, playing as well as he's played. Left defenseman Barclay Plager will be out there in addition to Andy Bathgate to man the point, and there's another little tower. So it's a 2-7 here at the 14-minute mark, Barclay Plager, and that's a PF1. So we look here, that's going to be intercepted, and it's going to be we're on the power play, aren't we? That's going to be a straight path. Let me correct myself. Plager's going to keep it. And we don't advance time for that, so it's a 2-10 rather this time. 2-10, that's not going to get through, though. That will go to right defenseman there, Bob Bond. So Bond here now, 14:24. I must have too much. I must have this too marked up. 1-7 for Bond. The PF3, that's going to be a shot on goal back the other way. That will go to, that's a 6, so that's going to go to power play center instead here, Dave Keon. Keon with a 1-11 on the power play, but it's a 1-8, and it's blocked anyway. That's going to go to 6. Right wing here, John McKenzie. Wait, they're on the kill. Sorry, not John McKenzie. What am I doing? Fontaine and Dornhofer, and I'm not going to look at McKenzie's card. Dornhofer is the right wing, Fontaine is left. Because I had Boston's other killers out there just recently, so... Here, 14:48, we got a 4 here, 6-4 for Gary Dornhofer, and that's going to be an interception automatically instead of a pass automatically. So, to Paul Henderson, we go here to 15:12. Henderson needs a goal other than an empty netter, and with a 5-6, that's a shot on goal if home. That's a start. And Henderson here with a 4-9, not going to be in range even on the power play to Doug Favell. We look here with a 3-6, and Doug Favell takes no chances and holds on. So 24 more seconds here for Toronto on the man advantage, 4-4 in the face-off, and that is left wing. That's going to go to Visitor has won it. No, Dave Keon. Who am I kidding? Of course, Dave Keon's won the draw, so it's going to be a 6. What is that? A 6-9 here for because he won it to Henderson. So it's going to be a 6-9 here for Henderson. Henderson's going to shoot again. Henderson's really trying to get going, but the 6-9, I think Henderson's playing with a broken wrist. It's going to be a 2-5 here. That will go to left wing here. Val Fontaine, I'm going to roll once more in his card. And whatever, we'll try to usher in a little change, shimmy and a little change here on the fly. Anyway, we're going to shout shimmy like we're James Brown in 1962 or 63 doing the Ramones guitar punk rock beat 15 years before its time. Good Lord, that's an amazing song. Anyway... so it's going to be, I've talked about it before in a game like this randomly. So it's going to be a 3-10 here for Val Fontaine in the D5. That puck will go to 1. That's going to go to right defenseman. Whoops. Okay, too much magnetism there. But Bill White here to 16:24. Hope I've done that right. It's going to be a 6-5 here for Bill White P1. That's not going to get through Boston. That will go to right wing here, John McKenzie. Sure, he's back on the ice. No, I'm going to put the Sanderson line out there instead. So whatever. It would have gone to the right wing automatically anyway. Let's roll for Ken Hodge here. I just feel like it's his time. 16:48 now, Hodge. It's Ken Hodge's time. He has a shot on goal with a possible rebound. Hodge with the initial shot. The 5-6 kind of fans on it. I re-roll the red here for Perrant. That came out of the tray, but it's only the one die. I'm going to keep it there. That's a 5. So that puck will go back to left wing Art Stratton in this case. And 4-9 in the clear. That's right. 4-9 in the clear here with a 7. So no, Stratton's going to follow up and fire. Can he make it goals in 3 consecutive games? Not with a roll of 6-9. We get a 2-12 here in Bernie Perrant's guy. And Bernie Perrant, this is something he's done in back-to-back games. He's taken a penalty, so he Billy Smiths Stratton's shin, and he's going to go off for a couple minutes there at Billy Smithery. And he's got a couple coincidentals on his card, though. Odd 5. No, he narrowly escapes that. And he's not going to be misconducted, so it's going to be Bernie Perrant here for 2 minutes. Boston to the power play now. So the Johns and Ray Cullen will get back out there. And let's go to... see, they don't really have any... You know what? Or -2. I'm doing it. I'm going to look to Orr and Dornhofer, and I'm not going to worry about the defense. I'm going to get them ready to come out for the final shift of the period. Toronto's probably going to want this defense out here for the kill, and probably Schinkel and Bathgate can't really kill all that well. So, yeah, I'm just going to say Schinkel and Flett then in that case. Okay, so for Boston here, we get a 2-7 on the draw. Boston, that face-off would even be in Toronto's end, I presume. It's going to go to left defenseman Plager, though. So Plager here in the kill, that's a 4-12, and that is 4-12 for Plager, meaning an H2, meaning turned over to 5, left defenseman. So Bobby Orr, again, you hear some sporadic cheers and probably more cheers for Orr here to 17:36, and 4:10 is his roll. 4:10, but I got to remember to subtract 2, and you know what? Hurting unit. Bobby Orr, but penalty kill center. The hurting unit that is Orr will maintain it. They're giving it to him. They're trying to make him work himself here into the ground. But this is going to be a shot automatically. -2-0 here for Bobby Orr. 5-7. Doesn't get good wood on it. It's a 3-3 over to Bernie Perrant, and that will go to a right wing, actually. So good rebound control here for the Leafs, and they get it to Ken Schinkel here on the kill. And Schinkel here to 18:24. 4-3 is the roll for him. 4-3 and a D7. Schinkel here with the shorthanded effort. Schinkel with the 2-6 on that. So that's double his shorthanded range. It's a 5-9 here for Doug Favell, and that is left wing here, John Busick. We got 24 more seconds of power play time for the Bruins here trying to tie. It's a 4-6 here for John Busick. Is it a penalty? No, he's iced it. Oh, he's iced it. The puck got away from him. Slippery puck and Swiss cheese blade. And it's, let's see here, who's Boston going to end the period with? They're probably going to, Union's going to break out the a new variation of it here. We got a whole bag of courtesy of Sanderson, Hampson, and Hodge. They're going to try to get the back together. They're going to try to get their together. And so with 1:36 to go here, and that's a tilted die, the first tilted die here in the game, we get a 1-9 instead. So we're going to get right defenseman here, Tim Horton with it. Not that that's necessarily always nonsense, the different results with the same behavior thing. It's just funny how it's bandied about by pseudo-intellectuals. Anyway, so it's going to be Tim Horton here, shot on goal with a possible rebound here, 48 seconds to go, and it's not blocked. The rebound, I got a re-roll here, the red 6. That's going to bounce back to 3. That's going to bounce back to George Armstrong. I guess we're back to 5-5. And it's a 1-9 here. It was shot on goal and a possible rebound, but a 1-9 will mean that puck has been cleared. That's going to go to Derek Sanderson. So Sanderson here's got 48 seconds to work with, a 5-7 here, and they're trying to silence the Toronto crowd here. And they got the pass bonus, so Sanderson will skate in unopposed and fire with a 1-6. Bernie Perrant here with a 1-3. They've done it. They've scored the magic. Away from home, Boston. Sanderson with Hampson, and instead of Hickey, it's Ken Hodge. Sanderson, Hampson, and Hodge here, and we have a 1-1 hockey game late in period 2, just off that kill. Boston has managed to tie this affair, and we'll get a quick face-off here. We'll say Keon out to take the draw, though I think if Toronto were gaming this, and if this were real, and we need Ron Ellis out there now, because who else is Toronto going to look to for a goal at this point? So 2-2, the face-off's going to be 1 for Henderson. It'd be nice to see him get going. I know I've said that too many times. Anyway, Henderson here with a shot on goal and a possible rebound. The initial shot is a 2-4. Henderson's put one in range. I'm going to hang on to that red 5. But first of all, we look Doug Favell here with a 4-4. And Doug Favell has made a huge save. That's going to bounce. Actually, it's going to go to 4 here. It's going to go to the right wing. Ron Ellis. Can the Bruins clear here? Yes, they can. So at the end of 2, it is a 1-1 game here. Boston has tied it late in period 2. I got so excited I didn't even roll the assist in the damn goal. So that was Sanderson. Sanderson here with a 2-9. Is 9 seconds. So when was that? I think that was here. So I'm going to say at 18:57 for Sanderson, and 2 assists on the goal. And I had that 4-11 roll earlier, so it's a 3-1 here. So the highest to be Hampson, and the second highest to be Hodge. So it's from Hodge and Bond. Sanderson from Hodge and Bond at 18:57. It's 1-1 after 2. And I think this is who you go with to start 3. So away we go with it here. We get a 2-10 here, and we have a 1-1 affair. I've yet to have sudden death here in this playoffs. So we'll get the black marker ready here for the third period. Boston playing away, and 24 here. Dave Keon with a 6-7 for his sake. And do they have a pass bonus of 2? They have a pass bonus of 1 and 2. So Dave Keon here trying to restore Toronto's lead right away with a 2-10. Good shot, but not quite good enough. And it's another 2-10 for Favell. Probably a sloppy roll by me. That will benefit Toronto here at home. That's going to go to Paul Henderson here up to the 48-second mark with a 6-11 for Henderson. And that is H9. That's going to be a shot on goal for Henderson, who finally got really, really close, but he won't do that here. 6-8 on the shot. So to Favell, we look here with a 2-6 in the center for Boston. Coming away with it here is the aforementioned Sanderson and his mustache here at a minute 12. And that's going to be a 4-5 here for Derek Sanderson. 4-5 is a penalty. Sanderson has taken a penalty here for Sanderson. Let me see if it's delayed or anything like that. So no, it's not delayed. And the even 6. We have a coincidental. No misconduct. I'm not going to roll misconduct for coincidental. Maybe I'm homebrewing in the spot here, but 4-6 here, so we look for the retaliation, and that's going to be the high minor rating on Toronto. So Sanderson is bringing Barclay Plager to the box with him. That's fitting. Why did I even have to look? Sanderson, I think, has been looking for Plager to get into a fight with him, but that devolves into a jousting match, and they just decide to send each of them off. So I'm going to put, let's put McNeil and White out there. Actually, I'm going to say Picard and White. I'm going to try to roll in Picard's card here, try to remember to. And yes, we'll do this here for the next 48 seconds at least. So we're going to get a 4-11 here in the face-off. That is right wing here. Double A. Keon will cancel. Double A. Keon will take it away himself here. Keon with the AA, and it's 6-9 here and 6-9 here. That is a 9 for Keon. That's going to be a shot on goal. For Dave Keon here with a 2-8, but no. So it's going to be a 6-6 here. I like playing 5-5 with coincidental, but anyway. 6-6 here for Doug Favell. He's going to freeze it. Face off, we get a 4-2 this time. 4-2 left defenseman. Oh, dear. That's going to go to Don Ori. Don Ori here. We have a 1-7, and that is shot on goal with a possible rebound for Don Ori. Okay, so we get a 6-4 here in the initial shot. Not going to work. So what am I doing here? Whoops. 2-9 would have been the clearing. Oh, no, I have to re-roll this. I'm going to keep that 2-9 clearing, though, and just re-roll the red. So I hope I've done that right. That's going to bounce back to Hodge. And then the 2-9-3, they're going to be able to clear anyway, though. So that will go to left wing here, Paul Henderson. And Henderson probably will look to roll and change. And so here, 224 Boston as well. I think they get this line out there. Fontaine step back into the top 9 now. So, and Stratton's just going to be extra duty. Basically, Stratton's luck kind of ran out there. I feel like he's not rolled as well this game. I don't think. I'll have to go back and double check. But it's a 6-2 for Henderson. 6-2 in the D7. Henderson's going to have a shot on goal here. 3-7, no good. And 3-7 there in Doug Favell as well, because I guess I just picked up and dropped, and he's going to hold. And we get... let's go to, I guess, Nevin and McDonald will do that. Maybe Nevin and Ullman. And Nevin and McDonald. And we're going to, we have on who we need on. And let's just exclude Fontaine from this equation. So, face off here, 2-9 is the roll. And that's left wing here, visitor Bob Dillabow. Here to 248, Dillabow going to try to hurry up here. It's going to be a 6-9 here for Dillabow. And 6, double checking here, 5, 9, 13, wait. I'm just going to give Dillabow a shot on goal. What have you. So it's going to be a 4-8. Over to Bernie Perron. We go here with a 6-8, and Perron should hold on to it with that roll. Yep. So I'm just going to put whatever, 24 seconds. It's even strength anyway, if not 5-5. It's going to be a 6-10 here. And right defenseman. So right defenseman, let me see. There are no cancels. Bob Bond here to 3-12, and then we will be to 5-5. It's a 2-8 here for Bob Bond. Is he taking a penalty? No, he is not. He's turned it over there excellently to left defenseman Al McNeil. We will say. Noel Picard. I'm going to look at Picard's card. as mentioned earlier. So 6-7 here for Picard. Shot on goal with a possible rebound. Picard trying to make his impact felt immediately, and it's a 3, and it's not blocked, it's screened. So we're going to keep that red die roll of 1. We looked at Doug Favell here with a 110, and Doug Favell has made yet a huge save to his right defenseman, but it's going to go to the other right defenseman here, Bill White, and the Bruins are going to try to clear with a 5-4. I don't think they can do it even with an 8, so it's going to be Bill White following up here at 3:36, but he fans on the shot over to Doug Favell. We look with a 5-7, and Favell, the rebounds back to White, so Toronto holds the zone here. 2-4 for Favell at 4 minutes, or not Favell, Bill White here at 4 minutes, and now we'll get to Boston instead. So here, right wing at Westfall, he will roll and change. I think Fled, Armstrong, and Schinkel will take to the ice here. Good third period cleanup for Toronto. We got this 1-all game here, and I think I mentioned I've yet to see sudden death in this. So Ed Westfall here to 4:24. Westfall here with a 3-8. And is that a penalty? No, it's home. It's turned over. That goes to left wing here. Bill Flett. So Flett here to 4:48. And that's going to be a 4:10 here for Bill Flett. So the 4:10 here in the 8. Double checking here now. No, that doesn't get through. That will go. Oh, Lord, turn it over. I think that was the 3 left wing. Sorry if it wasn't. So here at 5:12, it is Fontaine here with a 4-3. And Fontaine here, shot on goal with a possible rebound. Fontaine here, that initial shot is not in range. The 3 on Perron's card. It goes back to. I was going to get a change in there anyway, so I'm going to say it's going to go back to John McKenzie, let's say. And the Maple Leafs defense will roll to try to clear here with a 2-9. They will be able to. That goes to left wing here, Bill Flett. Flett here to 5:36, and that rolls to 3-8. Probably going to be a penalty for him. No, it's not. The D6, so Flett will shoot. Flett will shoot here, 6-7, awful shot. 1-6 here on Favell's card, and that's a face-off. Whoops, I don't need the red die anyway, so I'll make an exception here for this out of the tray. It is visitor center here, Ray Cullen with it to the 6-minute mark. Did I make a tower? No, I didn't. 4-6 here, and that is shot on goal automatically for Cullen. Cullen here, 3-10 on his shot. Perron with a routine save, 4-6 for Perron, and that will bounce back, though, so Toronto unable to clear. That goes to Ted Green here to 6:24, and Ted Green... I feel like I've done something wrong here with the change. So Ted Green here... at 6:24 here, 3:10 for him. Sorry if I've had him on there for too long, but he's good. He was really good in game 1, 3 points. Anyway, he's not so good here. That's going to go to right wing there, Ken Schinkel. And we're just going to do this and mix and match. And probably go to the Sanderson line as well. And then after Schinkel rolls here to 6:48, he'll head off the ice here. So we're doing some changes in the flyer, at least trying to. And the 2-8 for Schinkel. He might actually complete. No, he doesn't complete that past the 4. Look at that. 4 intimidation points here for Boston. So let's get Allman, McDonald. Or no, they were just, let's go Henderson, Ellis, and Keon. I just see that red 2 for Ron Ellis, and I'm discouraged. So it's going to be a 1-7 here. That is going to be a shot on goal here automatically, courtesy of the pass bonus. Ken Hodge here with a 2-12, just narrowly out of range for him. Perron got a little lucky on that one. The 5-6, Perron's going to get it to Dave Keon. And Keon here at 7:36 here with a 1-5 for him. The 10, that's going to be a shot on goal for Dave Keon. Keon here with a 1-9 and a 1-8. He's gotten so close in this series. So close, but no cigar. So it's a 2-7 here for Doug Favell, and the 2-7 is left defenseman Al McNeil here has it. 8 minutes now here. We go with a 5-10, and 5-10 for Al McNeil will be a play stoppage. So here, 4-8 on the face-off is... let's change, actually. It says right wing. I'll keep the face-off roll. Let's give it to Nevin. And for Boston as well, maybe they go to this line now. So it's tie game. So Bob Nevin here to 24 here. 3-6 is his roll. And 3-6 shot with a possible rebound for Bob Nevin. The initial shot, no good. We re-roll that red 6. That's rolled to a 5. That goes to right wing here, Bob Nevin again. And the Bruins here with a 5-5. They don't clear. Nevin follows up. Nevin here, 4-5, though. That's not in range either. 4-11 here in the follow-up for Favell. It will go back, though, to Nevin still here. 2-3 for Nevin. He's a one-man show here. H8, is he ever a one-man show? Double-checking. That will be another shot on goal here for Nevin, but a 4-8. He just can't put one in range. And Favell sees it all the way, 5-3. But it's to Nevin again. Every once in a blue moon, you get stuff like this happening. It's going to be a 5-5 here. D9, so once again, Nevin is all over them, but he just can't get good wood on any shot. So they're cheating Nevin's way. Toronto's telegraphing here what they're doing, and that will finally go to someone other than Nevin. But this is an awful shift for Boston. Here, 9:36, Norm Allman here with a 5-5. Let's see if Toronto can capitalize. Allman this time will shoot. Allman here with a 6-11. Is it blocked? Yes, it is. That will go to 6, and finally Boston will come away with it here. Westfall to the 10-minute mark, and 1-7 for Westfall. Do they have a pass bonus at 3? The answer is no. It's going to Toronto left wing. So they are applauding at Maple Leaf Gardens, but I think they're a little nervous. There's more than a little tension here. It is a 1-1 game here with 10 minutes to go in regulation. So McDonald here to 10-24, and the roll is a 4-6 for him, and a 4-6 for him. He's at home. He will shoot before heading off. And McDonald here at 2-3 on the shot. It's blocked. That goes to 5, and Ted Green might have just saved a goal there. Cullen comes away with it here at 10:48. I think we go flat Armstrong and Schenkel again. Again, we got to protect the tie. So 2-9 here for Ray Cullen, and that will be turned over as well. So this line already doing yeoman's work here to 11-12. Ken Schenkel here with a 2-10, and that is going to be a shot on goal automatically for Schenkel. Schenkel here with a 3-8. He needs better range. He's got everything but it. And it goes to left defenseman here, Elmer Vosco here to 11:36. Vosco with a 5-6. And that is 5-6 is a play stoppage for him, and it's a play face-off in the neutral zone here. 4-7 on that draw. Left wing here home, so Armstrong has won at the flat here to the 12-minute mark. That was my first out of trade roll in a while here. Let's do it again here. It's going to be a 4-8 for Flett. Flett will shoot and have a possible rebound. Flett here, the initial shot is awful. It goes back to Barclay Plager, and the Bruins again. Let's see if they can get it clear. They finally do. It goes to 4. Right wing here, John McKenzie. So McKenzie will roll and change. Let's go to, I guess we'll go to this line here, Keon Henderson and Ellis, and McKenzie here. And I'm going to double shift this as well. I do it every once in a blue moon. So it's going to be a 2-7 here for McKenzie here with a 4. Double checking here, and that will go to, it's going to be turned over. McKenzie's just too tired. So we get the line back out here trying to silence the Toronto crowd once again. So here at 12:24, it is Al McNeil, and he's iced the puck. He doesn't want to put up with that. So my best or worst Dr. Evil and Austin Powers. Anyway, so we're going to get a 4-7 here, a 4-7 here. That is left wing. 1-2 Paul Henderson here to 12:48. And it's a 1-8 there for Paul Henderson here with the 8 shot on goal if home. Henderson here with a 4-4. Not a great shot. So to Favell, they're just not getting good shots on Favell in this game. So it's a 6-1, half dozen of the other. Favell's also made some outstanding stops. And here at 13-12, Elmer Vosco here, 4-7. And that is turned over to 6-6. So Dave Keon here with it. Keon, he's probably going to try to pass for his own good here. 5-11 for Keon. And is he okay is the question. Nope is the answer. So Keon now has a -3, and for Game 3, I don't know who the heck is going to dress for these teams. Message sent, don't mess with Bobby Orr. And but we got 24 more seconds. Let's see what Keon is capable of doing with a -3, if anything. So it's left wing here, Paul Henderson. What a bloody series. What a war of attrition here. Through him, it's 2. I do a best of 5, and thank goodness, because these teams wouldn't be alive if I did a full best of 7. Nobody would be alive. So it's going to be Henderson here with a 4-8, and that's going to be a shot on goal automatically for Henderson, the one guy who isn't injured, and a 4-6. But again, that broken wrist rumor, that I don't know, that carries, that continues, that sustains. Anyway, it's going to be held on to by Doug Favell, whose wrists are perfectly fine. And so let's change, I guess. And I think both these teams need a goal. Let's shift in these guys again. And face-off is in the Bruins' end. Here with 6 minutes to go in regulation. 1-10 here in the face-off. That is left wing here. Going to be 1-2 at McDonald. 14-24 and a 5-7 for Ab McDonald is, let me see, do they have a pass bonus at 2? They do. Ab McDonald now. Shots and goals should be pretty high for this game, but good shots and goal is a whole other story. So it's going to be 10 that's going to go back to Ab McDonald. And at 14:48 here, McDonald here, we get a 4-5 this time for Ab McDonald. And he doesn't have the farm this time, I don't think. 4-6-8 looking, no, that's going to be turned over here too. Don Orey here at 15-12. Orey, we look with the 6-4, and that's going to be a play stoppage. So we get a 1-8 here in the draw, left defense. That will go to Don Orey. And, okay, with a 6-7 here to 15-36. And that's a, oh dear. That's going to be a shot with a possible rebound there for Orey. 3-7 for Orey. That's not going to work. We re-roll that 6 for Perrant. That will go back to right wing John McKenzie. The Maple Leafs will try to clear here on a 7 with the 3-11. It's not back down, not knocked back down to a 6. So left defenseman Barclay Plager here to the 16-minute mark here with a 3-10. At least I don't have to think about when to pull a goalie, at least not yet. So that's going to be turned over to 5, though. Left defenseman there, Don Orey, and we're going to get a wholesale change in. And what do you do if you're Toronto? Probably go with the one line that's healthy and uninjured, I guess. Maybe Sanderson's going to come back out there for Boston. Toronto will try to defend. And Don, because against the goal scorer, Sanderson. So here to 1624, Don Ori here. Sanderson's been a playoff performer and then some. Anyway, Vosco and Green take to the ice here. Face off in the neutral zone. 3-7 on that draw. That is left wing here. Bill Flett. Flett here to 1648 with a 3-4. And that should be a shot. Yes, it is. Flett with a shot here, and it's a 4-4. Not a great one. Doug Favell 110. That's more like what Flett would have needed. Doug Favell, that 110 has rolled out for him a lot in this game. He and Ted Green are just in tandem, working well together. Good communication between the two of them. P5, that pass will go. Actually, Ted Green is going to play catch with Elmer Vosco and hold on to it here at 17:36. So 6:11 here. H4, one pass too many. That goes to right defenseman Bill White. And Bill White here, 2-7 here at the 18-minute mark. 2-7 here at the 18-minute mark with the PF1. Interception, shot and goal back the other way. Ken Hodge. Ken Hodge here with a 3-9. That's not a great shot. To Bernie Perron. We go here. 2-2 is the Roland Perron's card. 2-2. Hold on now. That could be PS1. So now I'm just going to hold on to it. There'd be no penalty shot there. There's no red 1. At least that's how I'm going to interpret it for the time being. PS1 if die equals 1. Reroll. Yeah, so I don't reroll. It's going to be a face-off. Anyway, almost got a penalty shot there. Hodge is arguing for one. They're protesting right now. The Bruins are at center ice. But let's get a line change now. Who do you want out there? Can you know what? It's time for Norm Ullman to shine if you're Toronto. And I think if you're Boston, you want Derek Sanderson, but he's tired. So you go back to these units here, Ray Cullen, and try to see this to sudden death. So it's going to be a 2-7 here in the face-off. 2-7, that is left defenseman Barclay Plager. And Plager here with a 5-7 here at 18:24. And shot on goal with a possible rebound. Toronto don't want to go to overtime. They get a 1-6 here. Barclay Plager, the 1-6. We're going to look at that red too. Plager has put one in range on Doug Favell. Favell here with the 6-10. Favell with the 6-10 and a huge, oh my goodness. Toronto can't buy one. It bounces back to Barclay Plager. There is a groan at Maple Leaf Gardens. And the Bruins looking to clear here with the 4-11. A 4-11 to clear. And they're trying to clear in an 8. And that's knocked down to a 7. They're not able to do it. Plager. Can he work his magic one more time? 3-9. No, he can. He's a little out of steam. Favell sees it this time. He's not fooled. And the rebound goes to Ray Cullen here. 18:48. Wow, back the other way now. Boston, they know they escaped with one there. Skin of their teeth. Thank their goaltender once more. Cullen will automatically fire. 3-8 on his shot. That's no good. That's 4-6 to Bernie Perron. And Bernie Perron here, but the rebound, that's going to trickle back to Bond. Here, final minute of play here in regulation here with a 1-9. And is Bob on okay? Holy smoke. Yes, he is. Just barely. Okay, we're going to leave everybody on then. 2-4 is right wing here. So, John McKenzie. John McKenzie here to 1936. I'm going to assume that Orr is on in Ori's stead as well. John McKenzie here with a 3-4 and the 6, double checking, 4-6-8. No, that's going to right defenseman Tim Horton. Horton, final 24 seconds of regulation. His role is a 3-6, don't take a penalty. 3-6 is going to be a shot with a possible rebound. Horton with the initial shot here. The rebound 3, that goes back to Norm Ullman. This is a really critical clear for Boston. And 4-12 and a 7, they're not able to do it. Norm Ullman will follow up and fire with a 1-7 tail end of the game here. Dying seconds. Doug Favell. Can Favell go to the well one more time? The roll here is a 3-8 for Doug Favell. And Doug Favell has shut down the crowd. He has shut down the follow-up here from Norm Ullman. I don't even know how to articulate this, but we are going to overtime, to sudden death overtime, because Doug Favell right now, to use the urinating tree line about Pekka Rinne, is just too good. And hopefully I haven't put the kind of curse that that urinating tree is supposed to have put on Pekka Rinne for saying that. Anyway, who do you start with if you're Toronto for sudden death? Do you go to this bloodied, battered and bruised line? I think so. It's not like that you can stop shifting them entirely. They're going to play as a lot of players play in the playoffs at less than 100%. Maybe a bit of gamesmanship from Boston. We go to Ted Green, and again, I'm going to roll on Orr's card. And you know what? We're going to start with Sanderson. So, but still, if you're Toronto, I think you got to start with Keon. So it's going to be a 6-4 here, and that will go to, has Keon won the draw? He's not canceled, so that's going to go to Ted Hampson instead. And we're going to start some in here on the in sudden death here with the 6-7 for Hampson and the 3 looking here. No, that's going to be turned over though to right wing Ron Ellis. Ellis the target here with a 4-8, and I got to remember to -2 here in some cases. Ellis D6, that's going to be a shot anyway. Ellis here with a 6-7, though. Maybe it's impacting his shooting. It goes to 4-10 there for Doug Favell in the 4-10. That will get to center Dave Keon. So here, minute 12 into sudden death now with a 6-4 Dave Keon, and that is a 9. Keon, that is a 9. It's going to be a shot automatically for him, not in range either. They are peppering Doug Favell. 1-8 now. That is the left wing Paul Henderson. So this is a bad matchup for Boston, like the hockey guy says about Montreal, even though it isn't true in recent history. It's going to be a 4-8 here for Henderson with a shot automatically. And Henderson here with a 6-7. It's another Henderson attempt, another terrible shot for him another day. So it's going to, I did say Bobby Orr. I'm going to roll on Bobby Orr's card here at the 2-minute mark, and that's a tower. So Orr here, we roll again. That is a 5-7 for him. What does Orr have in store for a 5-7? That's a shot with a possible rebound. Doesn't matter that he's hurt, and that's going back to 5. That's going to go back to center Derek Sanderson. Trying to clear on a 7, which they do. That will go to 6 right defenseman Tim Horton, and he will roll before heading off. Let's get the Cullen line out there for the Bruins and change the defense. Let's change it to the Norm Allman. Allman came so close to getting the win for Toronto here in Game 2 at the last second in regulation. 2:24, Tim Horton here with a 5-4. And that is a 5. That doesn't get through, does it? That goes to right wing here. John McKenzie. Horton heads off. And I might roll in Picard's card here instead of McNeil's, like I did with Bobby Orr there. So we're going to go here at 2:48 with a 1-8 here for John McKenzie. And penalty in OT. He's taken a penalty, has John McKenzie. Let me see, though. He might not be the only one. It's delayed as well. Yeah, he's going on his lonesome there, but that's delayed. So let's drop the red 5. That will go to right wing Bob Nevin here. 24 more seconds. And Nevin here. I've run out of colors, actually. So I'm going to Zamboni is going to come out here and clean up the timekeeper, and Nevin here to 3:12 though first of all, and then I'll start using the red again. So Nevin here, his roll is a 3-9, and that is watch after all that. I not even need it. So that's going to be a shot on goal for Nevin. Nevin here with a 5-7. So unless Favell gives up a rebound here, 1-8 to left wing at McDonald, but we're going to blow it down here and assume that Boston touched it and Toronto didn't fully have control. So John McKenzie to the box, no misconduct, and so Bill White, Andy Bathgate, and what's left of this line out for the power play for Toronto. We get a 3-8 on the roll, and that's right defense and power play. So that is the aforementioned White. It goes to 3:36 here with a 6-8 for White. Has he taken a penalty? No, that's a 7. Oh, math time. Okay, so 14, and then +2 beats +1, so that's turned over to right defenseman Bob Bond. Here to the 4-minute mark here, and that's going to be a 6-10 there for Bond, so that's turned over as well. That will go to 1-1 left defenseman, and so I'm going to roll in Andy Bathgate's card. Here at 4:24, Andy Bathgate here, good from the point. He is 3-6 for Bathgate. Please be okay. Andy Bathgate's hurt. It's not whether or not Toronto can win, it's can they survive in this one. Andy Bathgate has a -2. I got to leave him out there because I'm just running out of healthy guys. So anyway, we get a 1-2 here in the faceoff. That is right defenseman there, Bob Bond. Bloodbath here at Maple Leaf Gardens. It's a 2-4 here for Bob Bond. PF1, interception, and a shot on goal. So who is going to take the shot? Keon with his -3. Is going to take the shot here with a 5-5, evidently affected by that. To Doug Favell, we go here with a 2-5, and that is left wing. That's going to be good rebound control, and to Bob Dillabow here, Dougie at Maple Leaf Gardens here, a select few, and it's Bob Dillabow here with a 2-3, and he's going to eat 24, and that's it. They're back to even strength, but he's got to head off. I think Toronto will be able to usher in a change in the interim, so let's get back to this line as well. They need a goal. Who needs a goal? Both these teams need a goal. So Dillabow here at 5:36, and the roll is a 1-7 for him. That's a shot with a possible rebound before heading off for Dillabow, and that's not a great shot, but maybe that's not the point. It's going to bounce back to oncoming center. Let's get it to Derek Sanderson, and they're going to try to clear here on a 7 are the Maple Leafs, and they don't do it. So Derek Sanderson with the rebound. Sanderson with a 4-5 there. Toronto, they cover the rise. They can't look, and has he given up oh, it won't matter, actually, because you can't have 2 rebounds. So Perron gets a little lucky there. He's going to hold on to it, and we get a face-off here. We get a 5-8 in that draw. That will go to 5-8. That's going to go to center visitors. So Derek Sanderson here to the 6-minute mark here in sudden death. And here, the 6-minute mark here with a 6-3 Sanderson. That is an 8. Double checking here. That's going to be a shot on goal just barely for Derek Sanderson here with a 2-11. And that is not blocked, but it's also just out of range. Perrant again getting lucky. Sanderson is dangerous, dangerous on every shot. That will go to Don Ori. And Ori here to 624. And have I... Maybe I got to do... Nah. I'm going to... Nah. Anyway, I don't know what to do anymore. It's so many injuries, too many guys getting injured. That's going to be a play stoppage anyway, so I'll just leave on who I have on here for the time being. It's going to be until the 8-minute mark. It's going to be a 6-4 here in the face-off, and that is left wing here, Ted Hampson. So we get to 6:48 here with Hampson. That's a 2-6 for him, and the 8 double checking here, 7-9, but that will, yeah, -1. So Ted Hampson here will shoot Hampson with a 1-10. We go over to Bernie Perrant. This could be it. Bernie Perrant, a 4-4 is a roll, and Ted Hampson has won it in overtime. Boston scores at Maple Leaf Gardens. Ted Hampson back for the first game. He's missed something like 8 or 9 games. Hampson in his first game in 8 or 9 has scored the game-winning goal here in overtime. Just under 6:48 in, the exact time here. We have a 5-9. And so 5-9 for Ted Hampson. So the time of the goal is at 6:41. And I have Dave's voice in my head from listening to Digital to Dice earlier about what Boston does on my desktop. Okay, so I'm a little nutso here. Anyway, it's a 6:41 here. Ted Hampson. Oh my goodness. Okay, so 111 here. What is that? A pair of assists. And they are booing the out of Hampson here at Maple Leaf Gardens. Anyway, it's a 4-5 here. And that is 2 and 3. So I got to roll here because they're technically tied for the highest and thus the second highest. I was going to say even Sanderson. So Hampson from Sanderson. And then the second lowest is Ori. Hampson from Sanderson and Ori here at 6:41. It's game over and sudden death. Wow. So Boston takes a 2-0 lead in the series, which, it being a best of 5, means that they can win the Stanley Cup at Boston Garden. Toronto had yet to... thought that I had just prior to the game, so of course I forgot to say it because I wanted to. Not forget it, but wanted to say it. But Toronto, they had suffered their first defeat of the postseason in Game 1 after sweeping Detroit. And now they're backs to the wall. They face elimination. It's do or die for Toronto every game from here on in. Now, Boston... going back to the first round, they did have a comfortable 2-0 lead on New York, so I don't think that they will take Toronto for granted. They took New York maybe a little for granted, or they just took their lead for granted over New York and thought they could close out the series, and that one ended up going to 5. So, but Ted Hampson here, he's in a hero's return, and he's the overtime hero, and Hampson might be one of few healthy people who's eligible to play in Game 3 after this mess. I don't know what's going to be able to show up in Boston for Toronto in Game 3. It remains to be seen. They do get Bert Marshall back, though, for the next game. I can say that. Bert Marshall is due to come back in the next game, but there's also a guy by the name of Esposito who is due to return in Game 3. Anyways, anytime, any consideration you give to this geeky foolishness nonsense, while it's never expected, it's always appreciated. And hopefully you enjoyed the game. If you're a Bruins fan, and if you're a Leafs fan, I don't know. I can't really say that with a straight face. So luckily my face isn't on camera. Anyways, cheers, thanks. Bye for now.